We have been losing our global competitiveness as a nation in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
In California, I think something on the neighborhood of 1 million new engineering jobs are going to be required in the next 5 or 6 years.
If we keep producing students in those fields at the rate that we are producing, both in the state and in the country, then we will not meet the demand for the jobs that are going to be available. So we as a nation need to do more in engaging students in STEM fields.
No single institution can address the totality of the needs and the opportunities.
We used to work as separate entities. Education, and even in education, we used to work in separate entities from industry.
What we're finding from our local businesses is that they are eager to hire local students.
There is a pretty deep pool here. We just have to nurture it, grow it, enhance it, enrich it.
It has to be really a concerted effort to get students' attention and keep their attention.
And so if we can get them excited in high school about engineering, they might consider and pursue those fields.
Just opening their eyes and letting them see all of these opportunities. And so one of our big hurdles is just getting in their face, more or less, and saying to them, you can do this.
It will require rigor and relevance in all of our teaching. And science and math really does that.
All of us share a desire to raise the overall level of educational attainment in our community. And we know that part of that is making sure that a higher percentage of high school students finish high school and are prepared for college, and in fact are prepared for majors and subsequently careers in the STEM fields.
And now education and industry really work together so that they can benefit each other. I mean, we want a strong education system in Kern County, and all of industry wants a skilled workforce. And so I think in coming together, we can actually achieve that.
CSUB is a strong force in this community. It makes a difference in the lives of our citizens in Kern County, and we should celebrate it.
When I first came to Ridgeview, I didn't have the basics. I didn't have clothes. When I lived with my mom, she got on drugs and stuff. If it wasn't for Miss Trevis, I probably wouldn't be going to school. Science doesn't, you have to research it, and you have to know. You can't just walk in and be like, I'm gonna read a book about it and get it. You have to do the work.
I had the wonderful chance of having great science teachers in high school. One of them was David Pollock, my chemistry teacher, who always encouraged me to challenge myself and to strive beyond expectations.
Ever since junior high, I was very interested in science and math, more so than any other type of subject. And that was mainly due to the teachers I had. They were very engaging and showed me that science can lead to jobs that are very profitable and can be fun at the same time.
We helped develop a program which is called Ready to Start. We were one of the first companies to get involved in that, to help develop metrics and help develop curricula with the Kern County School District on how to get children prepared to move into kindergarten. The second one has to do with what we call the community reading program, and that involves second graders. And so we have volunteers who even last year spent over 1,000 hours helping to improve reading for the second graders who are over at Roosevelt Elementary. The whole idea around this is to help plant the seed early in a student's life so that they have the capacity then to be able to ultimately get into engineering and science fields. At the high school level, we're partnered up with South High. There's a program over there called MS Cube, which has to do with math, science, and engineering and technology. And we had over 44 of our employees over there working with over 151 students, helping with mentoring, job shadowing. We've taken them on field tours. We've brought them into our offices so that they can basically understand what it takes to be an engineer.
Revs Up stands for Research Experiences Vitalizing Science University Program, and that's a unique partnership benefiting 74 local high school students and 20 teachers who worked on a variety of research programs, everything from studying spiders to the geology of historic oil fields to programming robots.
We all feel that students learn so much better when they actually do the science themselves.
I think many times a hands-on approach is very beneficial for students. What the goal is, I think, is to motivate them to hopefully pursue this.
When they can look at a protein gel for the first time and actually see tangible evidence of the things that they have done, that's when we get them in, because now they've got something tangible. They've done something that they can now see and say, hey, I did this. This is my research.
Project Lead the Way is a national program for pre-engineering. It's mainly focusing on students who have an interest in engineering, whatever field in engineering it may be, and allows them opportunities to experience that while in high school. Students are gaining this information and then applying it in a hands-on fashion. And when those two things connect, the baseline knowledge and the application in a project, I think then we're preparing kids for the 21st century.
We also started a brand new high school STEM academy in which high school students can earn college credit by taking courses offered by Cal State University Bakersfield.
High school students can take classes at CSUB at no additional charge in the STEM disciplines and get college credit for free.
A year-long college course in one of the core sciences: mathematics, physics, computer science, engineering, chemistry, biology. We have made all of these courses available.
So it allows them to get a sense of college life and what college classes are like to help prepare them for their college career once they complete and finish their high school studies.
But Bakersfield College is engaged in a number of activities with the high schools and high school students, whether we bring them here on campus and provide them with a week of hands-on activities that relates directly to the fields of engineering, or we go to their campus and inform them of the opportunities that exist for them if they choose to come to Bakersfield College. We do that in partnership with CSUB.
In the community college level, we have services provided to them where they have one-on-one advising for students that are interested in transferring to CSUB in the STEM disciplines.
As the transfer mentor, my duties include talking to the STEM students, seeing what fields they want to go into, helping them plan out their whole educational path at Bakersfield College, let them know what classes they need to take that will transfer to the four-year college so they're not taking these courses that they don't need.
Well, we're trying to create opportunities for them. We're trying to encourage students, to engage students, to help them understand that the commitment they make now in their education, even though it's extremely difficult working their way through the math sequence, the science sequence, that there's a tremendous payoff on the other end. So if we can provide them with the pathways and the support systems and that can help them through the hurdles that they're experiencing, that we'll all benefit from that in the long run.
Over the last 6 years, we have made a concerted effort in trying to increase the Latino participation in STEM. Excelencia in Academics has selected us this year as the 2012 example of Excelencia in Latino participation in the category of baccalaureate degrees. We are very proud of this honor. It's a big responsibility that we take seriously because we do want our student demographics to represent that of Kern County.
Well, physics was really just my first choice, and I'm sure anyone who's been to college knows that you change your mind pretty easily.
I thought all mathematics and science were good for was to become math and science teachers in high school.
I didn't really talk to professors too often until my last quarter of my first year. And in the last quarter of my first year, there were a few students who were graduating that year that I talked to all the time, and they basically pushed me to start talking to professors because they're like, yes, you can talk to the professors, they're human.
What do you want to do? And I never forget this student says, well, I want to be a medical doctor. And so I pushed back. I said, well, that's great. Tell me, what do you think it's going to take to become a medical doctor? And so he said, well, I just need to go to school for 4 years. And now I don't like blood, but
they want to be a doctor because their parents have always wanted them to be a doctor, but that might not be what they're really interested in. So I think that helping them determine their true path and what will engage them is very important.
And so part of what we do here in CSU Bakersfield is we want students to come in with those goals. We want them to come in with those visions. And then we want to work with them to try and connect them to an understanding of how do you get there? And then are you willing to do what it takes? And if for some reason it turns out that that doesn't quite connect with what you thought, we want to find your passion. But what we want to be able to do is now connect that dream to a reality.
One of the things that CSUB, specifically the geology department, has done for the dual enrollment course is they have set up a professional learning community where teachers that are teaching that course can get together on a regular basis and share ideas and share best practices, share curriculum.
And then our science teachers built their instruction and developed curriculum based on their new learnings, and then provided new instruction, better instruction, more engaging instruction for our students.
And we work very closely with our colleagues at CSUB. We meet 2 or 3 times a year to make sure that our curriculum is aligned. We want to make sure that the students that take our courses have the proper level of knowledge and expertise for when they transfer to CSUB. We have made that pathway for the students very clear in terms of what they need to do at the high school, what they need to take at Bakersfield College, and what they should take upon arrival at CSUB to complete their bachelor's degree.
That's the role we play, preparing that academic plan, making sure that the students are following the roadmap from 9th grade all the way to 12th grade. And we work in partnership with the counselors in that role.
Many of our students are first-generation college-going students, which means that their parents have not only never had a college degree, but never attended college in many of these cases.
Parents are the ones who can create the environment that supports their children in education, whether it's at kindergarten or it's in college.
So we asked PK to write a curriculum for parents of minority first-generation students who are interested in STEM, to educate the parent as to how they could be supportive.
We believe that parents make a difference. They can make a huge difference in the success or the lack of success thereof of their students' high school career. So what happens when they go to college? They may be away from home, or they may be spending large chunks of time away from home. Parents have to understand what's happening. They also have to understand what questions to ask so that they understand what their students are going through.
One of my friends, before he even finished, he started working at State Farm in like a summer program, and they liked him, so they just said, why don't you just keep working here full-time when you graduate?
People I know were picked to do this internship, and now they're both working for Chevron.
A couple of my friends have internships with ERA. A couple of my friends have internships at Chevron. Some work part-time there. Others, State Farm.
Why not come back, you know? Kern County has given me everything I needed, education, a life, good environment, great people, so.
When we look at employing the students, when you look at all the employers that are here in Kern County, many of them need students that are in STEM.
We have petroleum, we have agriculture, we have the aeronautical field out in Mojave.
There are so many local industries that need our majors, anything from nursing to the oil companies out there, agriculture.
Whether you're in the agricultural business or the oil and gas business, the level of sophistication and technical knowledge that's required to be successful in those two businesses in particular going forward is going to be huge. And so having a university here that's meeting the needs of those two industries is very important.
There is a lot of companies that they had been asking a long time ago for engineering degrees, and specifically in agricultural engineering, because they want to employ the graduates of these degrees so they can compete with other regions across the United States and across the globe.
We have been able to bring in over $50 million since 2006, primarily in federal grants, to help us develop new programs. We now offer 3 engineering degrees that are very well populated by students. In just 2 years, we have over 200 students already enrolled in these programs. These programs will definitely work well with the petroleum companies and the engineering companies.
It is a big advantage for companies out there to have internships for our students, and they're going to be hiring our students. They don't need to go out to Los Angeles or Colorado to get a geology student. They can get one right across the street from them here at CSUB.
If we provide internships for our students during their summers of their junior and senior years with the local companies that are available here, then that kind of training will make them much more ready, marketable.
The Kern County Science Foundation is a nonprofit organization, educational leaders and industry leaders partnering to see how we can promote, sustain science education in our community. And their goal is to provide, again, a skilled and educated workforce for their industry.
The students are just about to enter our workforce. So it's really important for us that the students be prepared. So that's why we partner with CSUB and other universities around the country on their curriculum, on internships, on how they are developing those young people so that when they finish university, they can come and go to work for us.